Was good. Day 6. Yeah, day 6. And yeah, it's been a good day so far. I've just been, to be honest, the bulk of today's really been taken up by just working on the new kit, the Treasury multi-genre drum kit. It's a bit of a. I swear, every time I drop a new kit, I put more and more pressure on myself to make just like a crazier kit every time. But it's getting there, man. It's getting there. We've got 4 kits. If you haven't seen the other videos, we've got 4 kits that I'm putting into this one, all into a huge like multi-kit. And I figured out what the other genre was from the last video, if you guys saw that one. So we got a trap kit, as always, because that's my kind of vibe. And then we've got we get at this junction. And then we've got a drill kit. Been making quite a lot of drill this year. Melodic drill, really, mainly like with nice percussive sounds. New jazz, because that's just a crazy genre, man. I love that genre. And then more like Afro-y, amapiano, Afro swing, dancehall, just that kind of vibe, that kind of African kind of feel to it. And yeah, man, it's going well so far. Going so well. We're kind of wrapping up the trap kit right now, and then we're gonna get working on the other kits. But yeah, that's been my day. Hope you guys have had a productive one as well. But yeah, the topic of discussion, I think, for today is one that I have a conversation with a lot of producers about. Whenever I'm in a session or whenever I'm on a call with other producers, this always gets brought up, because it's that kind of grass is greener on the other side. But for me personally, I don't feel this way. I just think that I feel like it's a very common mindset, not just in production, but in a lot of fields, where you get really good at one thing and you have success in one thing, but then you see people on the other side doing a completely different thing in a completely different lane, just in a similar kind of niche. And I don't know, man, you kind of get that envious feel. You think, oh, well, I wonder what it'd be like to be living that kind of lifestyle, when, yeah, basically grass is greener on the other side. And when I'm talking about that specifically, I mean producers that do content versus producers that chasing placements and kind of basically industry producers. And yeah, there's always that toss up between which one's better, which one's more lucrative, I guess, which one's more fun to be in, which one is, I guess, just which one's the most satisfying lane to be in. But yeah, I think if I could throw my 2 cents into this, I honestly think it doesn't matter which one you want. I think whichever lane your gut tells you to go down, I think that's the best. That's probably the best one to go down, because that's the lane that you're going to have the most motivation to do stuff for. So if you're an industry producer, you're going to be just in grind mode, session orientated, wanting to just crank out beats, make packs for other rappers, smash out samples, get them in as many hands as possible. And yeah, I just feel like that's like probably the best way to go about it. Just kind of go with what your gut tells you to, For me personally, it was content, really. I did want to get placements and stuff like that. That was like a big goal. But yeah, I was at the time when I first started, I was living overseas. I was living in sort of like a smaller country where there wasn't really much of an industry, and that seemed like the only option. But in a way, it was kind of a good thing, because I was excited to do that anyway. But yeah, anyway, my main point is that I see this so often, where I've been in a session with a producer who is an industry producer. To be fair, I don't think I'm offending anyone when I say this, really, because this is just 2 different perspectives. It's just two different lanes of working in the in the music stuff. So I'd be in sessions with, in the UK, there's the big guys like X10, 8 Beats, Young Chenks. That's just to name a few. There's a whole lot more. But yeah, I've been in sessions with them, and we'll kind of get into the talks of like business side of stuff. What their numbers are looking like. Not really anything specific, but just little bits like this. And they always say the problem with being in the industry is that you kind of have to just wait. You're always waiting on getting paid. You have to kind of wait, hope a song comes out, and basically just kind of like hope you're getting a good few songs that are dropping per month for placements, because that's what's going to kind of keep paying the bills. Those songs are going to keep bringing the money in, And they always kind of say like they would prefer something as well as having that, they would prefer to have a stream of revenue where they've got like instant income. So when I say like instant, I mean selling kits, selling sample packs, even just leasing beats, and basically just, you know, selling their own product to the point where when they make that sale, that money's straight to them. So yeah, that's a very common theme that I've noticed with a lot of producers that are in the industry. But on the flip side, you've got guys like myself, you've got guys like J Cactus, Ocean, Prod by Jack, Loner, the list goes on, and there's a good bunch of us in the UK doing it, and there's a good bunch of people in America doing it. And to be honest, I can't even lie, like, to be honest, in the beginning I was more concerned that I wasn't getting like lots and lots of placements, and I wasn't getting like, you know, like lots of, you know, stuff in the industry. Was it be concerned? Not massively concerned. It was just something that I really wanted to get going. You know, I really wanted to have constant, you know, placements running and be working with big artists and have my music playing in these venues. But honestly, the more I think about it, and like the older I get, the more that stuff isn't as big of a priority. You know, you're watching this. If you're a producer, I feel like I've built up a producer community, and that's been the most satisfying thing, you know, to just help other producers, you know, with their sounds, with their beats, during the beat critiques, with the tutorials, with these videos, you know, with the vlogs, the entertaining videos. I just feel like I can do way more in the producer community than I can in the industry in terms of having like a solid impact. But yeah, well, what was the main point of this video? Placements. Yeah, basically, if I was to put my 2 cents into whether I think it's the best way to go about having placements, or whether it's the best way to go down the route of making content and putting out regular content, then I honestly would say there's no right or wrong. If you want more stability, if you want more regular income, then I would say the route of content and the route of building up your own brand to the point where people trust you enough to, you know, invest in you, you know, purchase kits from you, purchase sample packs from you, anything like that, then that's a really sort of like good route to go down. It takes a lot of work, you know, there's a lot of upfront work. It took me a good 3-4 years before it became, you know, my actual job. But in the long run, it 100% is worth it, because again, not only are you, you know, you're kind of running your own thing, but again, you're pretty much in control of everything. You know, the only thing you're not in control of is the social platforms, which I guess I can get into in another video. But that's one route to go down. But I guess on the flip side, there's the placement side, and that is very, I mean, everyone wants placements, right? We all want to get that big song. You know, there is that option. And to be honest, like, if I was younger, I'd probably take that option as well. I'd be really down for doing that option. One, because it's fucking awesome. You know, you get to have your music played in front of thousands, if not millions of people on a regular basis. And two, in terms of money, you know, in terms of like being stable and having that regular income, it's not as regular. And, you know, you might have periods where things aren't as lucrative, or you're not getting as many placements as you thought. However, you have, all it takes is that one song. That's all it takes. That one song to go crazy. Let's say you land a crazy Drake placement, and you know, that song just blows up. That's a #1 hit in most countries. Guess what, man? You're kind of set at that point. Not set in terms of the money you make from that one song, because you will make a lot of money from that one song, but you'll also just be set in terms of future placements. It'll be way easier to get new record deals, publishing deals, and yeah, you're kind of just set at that point, you know, for career-wise. Now, I will say before we wrap this up, there is one exception to this whole, whether it's better to do content or whether it's better to be an industry producer, and that exception is I'd say the guys in internet money, because those guys are kind of doing both. They kind of been smashing it with the tutorials and the content. Not so much recently, but, you know, they're still putting out videos. And industry stuff, yeah, they've been going crazy. So yeah, that's the only exception. But I'd say yeah, it's totally up to you guys, man. I'll leave it down to you. You guys can kind of discuss in the comments what you'd prefer and what like would be the best option for you and you know, your career. But me personally, man, I really like this way of life for me. You know, I can run my own business. I can you know, be in control of everything. You know, I get to decide whether I do certain sponsors. I get to decide basically everything at this point. So yeah, I'm enjoying this, man. I get to sort of, you know, dictate how I want things to go, which is nice. So yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Get back to the studio. I've got a few little assignments to run through, a little bit of cooking up and whatnot. And yeah, if you guys want to stick around and yeah, see some cooking up, then do that. But if not, I'll see you guys whenever. But yeah, for now, I'll see you at the studio. Okay, now we got the hopefully words of wisdom out of the way. Not out of the way, but announced to you. Now we can get on with something creative. So I'm thinking for this year, I want to get the guitar out a lot more. I spent the whole of 2022 solid with the guitar, making a lot of samples. But yeah, recently, well, 2023, just literally barely even picked up the guitar, not even once. So maybe a couple times, but not a lot, not enough. So yeah, the plan today is just to make a sample. I just want something really nice, retro, old school, Spanishy, flute, ethnic kind of vibe, something that would just sound sick with some hard trap drums on it, you know, nice and simple. But yeah, just nice textures, basically what we're going to go for. So I'm thinking just a nice 2-chord progression, maybe just like a 1-5, so like a D minor, and then like an A minor. Yeah, something like that, but we'll go like finger picky style with it. Finger picky style. So yeah, let's get the screen going now. Screen recording. Just gonna switch the driver, and then we'll hook the mic up. Should have done this before really. Bit unorganized, but it's cool. Okay, we got the tempo. I think I've got the idea for the style, so I'm thinking something like it's hard to even like find the strings nowadays. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I might even put a capo on this. I want it to be a bit high pitched. I'll put it around here in a good spot. So like if your guys are making guitar samples and you're kind of struggling with the recording side, then it's more to do with the position of the mic. Most cases that's why the guitar either sounds like too bassy, too muddy, or just too thin and too high-endy. So sweet spot is like anywhere between like here and here. In the middle is pretty good. More down here is more bassy, more muddy. More up here is more thin and just more picky, I guess. But yeah, let's get this nice. I want it to be a bit thinner, just nice and clean, so I can add some nice bass to it. I'm gonna stop the strings. Like the first one. So we'll keep that take, just so I know where that good take is. So when I'm doing these, I'm not like the most, obviously as you can tell, I'm not the most fluent player. So what I'll do is I'll keep going until I get a really good take, stop it, re-record, get the next part, until I get a really good take, and then just keep going until I have the whole chord progression. So let's get the second part. Okay, that sounds good. That last one was good. Let's get the next one. Just A minor. Okay, I'll just take a basic one and then the next one. How can we loop back nicely? loop back. Well, that's kind of nice. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, there was a good one in there for sure. So yeah, we've got everything chord related. Let's get this cleaned up, get it all into one loop. And then, yeah, once we're happy with a solid foundation, then I'll probably go in with a few top lines, just repetitive sort of melodic stuff to kind of like, you know, add some more vibes to this. So yeah, I won't kind of just bore you with, you know, gluing this all together. What I'll do is I'll cut forward, get this thing processed, and then, you know, carry on. Got nice chords together, everything's sounding clean. So this is what we got. Just set the screen recording. So this is what we got now. So that's a nice little loop right there. So now it's a case of just adding extra textures, I think, just to fill it out. So I think the first thing is just to add a nice melody that can just ride with this throughout the whole loop. And then we'll think about like proper top lines. So yeah, let's figure something out. Yeah, just, that's it, man. Just trickle down like that. I think that's it. Okay, let's see. Do you know why I'm not liking this? It's because I want to pick it. Ah, shit. Yeah, just so we can keep it cleaner. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I like that last one, second to last one, and then maybe similar, but we'll just switch the last couple strings up on the end. Damn. Okay, let's get on this one. Okay, good. In fact, while we're here, let's do some top lines. I don't want to cut the camera again and go straight to that. So, yeah, let's go some like high keys. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. I like that transition. Let's do this in chunks. I like this. I'm liking this. So yeah, my thought process for this really is I'm not really thinking about specific notes or anything like that. I've just got the top string. I found the root note, which is here. And then after that, you just can kind of look at it like MIDI. So like that's the root note. We're in the minor scale, so root note. And you just keep going, and you go back down the other way as well. So it takes a little bit of, you know, like re-registering where the keys would be, but it's fairly straightforward. Each fret is just a key, basically. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, that's one part, and then I like to just add a few different top lines to like, yeah, just for them to bounce off each other. So I can kind of see where I need to play. Whoops. a good like visual thing that I like to do when I'm working for top lines is I'll take a look at the wave file, like the wave that we've just got, and then you can see all these gaps. So this is like the little pockets you kind of want to fill, not all the time, but you know, just, you know, tastefully, you know, fill those little gaps with some nice little more like accents and, you know, note bends and slides and stuff like that. So we can come up with something. I like that, man. I like that. Okay, I think we got some stuff in there. I'm just kind of like wasting time right now. You can just keep doing endless top lines, but you just got to stop when something sounds good, because then you can just, you know, always use those other top lines for other, you know, other ones. But cool. All right, let me get all this all fixed so you guys can hear the actual finished product, and then we'll dive into some processing and mixing. All right, so we've got the actual loop, and to be fair, I can't lie, man. Like for the first loop back for not making guitar loops for a good few months, this is actually kind of sounding okay. So this is the full busy part of the loop. And that was it, man. Nice and full, nice and wavy. Enough to just, even just come in with some extra elements like flutes and leads and stuff. But yeah, I'll get into that later. We've got some cool mixing on this though, man. We've got just a couple of EQs, just literally cutting the low end. And I just duplicated it because sometimes with the stock EQ with FL Studio, it still lets some like low ends through for some reason. Like I'll put this EQ and then I'll open up another one and then it'll just still that low information there. Like not as much, but a little bit. So yeah, just kind of doubled up on that. Now we've got this NS1 plugin. This is from Waves, and this just basically suppresses any ambient noise that comes through that I didn't want. I just want it to be kind of clean or cleaner. So yeah, just using this sparingly helps with that a lot. I wouldn't go too hard with this NS1 though, because it can kill the quality of the actual guitar if you push it too hard. But yeah, after that we got some compression, Puget Child. And all I did was just increase the gain until we got like -1, -2 dBs worth of gain reduction. That's all I used it for. And then this is a cool plugin. I've not used this for a long time, but I actually picked this up from my guy Al Hug. He put me onto this when I was doing some one-on-one sessions with him. Really good for mixing guitars. Pretty sure people like AJ Hall, I don't know if you guys know him, he's a cool producer. I've seen him use this, uses it on his drum mixes, on his drum buses. And he uses it in some crazy ways that I'm not as clever as him to know how he does it all. But yeah, it sounds crazy though. And then the last, just some RC20. Just left it on the default preset, turn the noise down, turn this magnetic section off. But it kept everything else though, wobbles the same, everything was the same. And that's it, man, just a nice quick mix on a guitar melody. The key thing for making nice guitar loops isn't necessarily the mix. I mean, this is a nice cherry on top and finishing touches to just clean it up. But you want to be able to record your guitar melodies and listen back to them raw and enjoy listening to them. Adding these extra mixing parts is just kind of like the nitty-gritty, just the digital things to clean it up and just to make it, sit cohesively together. But yeah, you should be able to play it and make it clean enough to the point where it's it sounds nice and vibey straight out of the box. Okay, that's the goal. This is all just this is just seasoning basically. But yeah, man, this is cool, man. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna cook up with this entire loop. I'm gonna finish the loop though, add some extra elements. But what I'll do is I'll tell you what, I'll just give you this guys for free. You guys can use this and flip it how you want. So I'll leave this in the description if you want to use it. Royalty free. Do anything you want with it, man. I don't care. So yeah, it's cool, man. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Tomorrow, I'm not too sure what we'll get into tomorrow, but I'll think of something interesting and hopefully valuable for you. But other than that, have a great Friday. It's going to be Friday when you watch this. Have a great Friday, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.